Welcome back, 958 fans. We're going to finish up this job that we started before. We're doing this preventive maintenance job here on the PCM. The PCM 3.1s on these Cayennes, the hard drives tend to go out, and so what we're going to be doing here is we already checked in the prior video what type of hard drive we needed just to confirm, and so now we're going back to do the actual job of cloning the hard drive and then replacing it with a solid state flash type hard drive. So we're getting the vents removed, which we did last time. So using 4 screwdrivers and pulling from the base of the vent, we can remove it. This Cayenne has a phone mount, so we actually need to get that out of our way first. We have to actually totally get it out of our way. So I've got this sped up just a little bit since this is pretty basic, pulling this apart. Again, pulling these out, once the screwdrivers are in, it relieves the little tabs. 4 of them need to be relieved so you can pull this out. And we're just going to lay both of the vents to the side. We have 4 little screws to get out, 2 on each side of the PCM itself. And then once the screws are out, what we're going to want to do is actually turn the power of the car on so we can put the car in drive and then just turn the car off. That lets us have a little more room to lay the PCM down. We'll take the 2 screws off that retain the hard drive, and we'll undo the ribbon cable attachment, little socket connector here to gently remove, and the hard drive is out. So our job here, what we're trying to do is we want to clone this, and so the method we're going to do this time is using a specific little cloning device versus an actual computer. And so let's undo the hard drive. The hard drive is in this tray, and we need to transfer that tray once our cloning has been completed. So we're going to actually remove the hard drive from the PCM tray with 4 little screws. They're thread locked, so it's a little tight getting them out, but once they're out, here we are lining up the flash drive adapter tray with the hard drive, so we know in our mind how this is going to fit into that little tray once we're done. This adapter comes with a little jumper cable that's on a couple of the pins. We need to pull that off since we don't need that. And now it's time to actually seat our flash drive. We have a 64 gig flash drive that we're going to install, this little solid state drive. And there it is. These are all these parts are actually bought off Amazon. And so we're going to install this. It can only go one way. It slides into its little socket and then just gets pressed down, and it will click into place. So there's 2 little tabs on the end here that get pushed in together. The little kit for the flash drive comes with 2 screws, but there's nothing to screw into. We just need to pop it into place. So one way I've done this is using these kind of adapters that have USB plugs on them, and then using software on a PC. Disk Genius is a free software that you can use, but this time I'm going to try something different, which is using this little device that requires no PC computer. You just plug it in the wall for DC power, hook up the adapters on both sides, so we have the target drive side of this device and then the source drive side of the device. And so the target is our new flash drive, and so we're going to line up very carefully the pins. It can only go one way, which makes this quite simple, so you just need to find the little location of this plug where it will line up just right. And so it only goes one way, and then once you do have it all lined up, it's just a matter of giving it a firm straight push to not bend any of the pins, but to slide it into place. So the target is now installed on our little device, and now we need to hook up the source drive. The source drive needs an adapter plate as well, so we're going to install the adapter plate. This will pop into the little device, and now the original, the source hard drive can be plugged in. And again, this type of connection can only go one way because it has one blocked off pin, and so it won't let you push it in otherwise. So we're going to line it up, slide it into place, just make sure it's firmly seated. There we go. And then this requires one more plug in for the power using this adapter, so we'll pop that little plug in. And now our little device is all set. So instead of using a PC and having to hook these into a computer and doing all that, we can just use this little device. We'll turn it on, and then it's pretty simple. You just push the button in the middle, you hold it for 3 seconds, and it begins the cloning process. There it goes. So we just give it time. It sits here and blinks at the 25%, and then after some time it then hits the 50%, and then after some time 75. So it just moves along its little progress bar here And then when it's done, the 100% stays lit. You know you're finished. All you have to do then is just turn it off, unplug everything, so remove the adapters. So now that is what goes into our PCM. And the original hard drive, we can just store that for whatever we need to do. And that's why this is so important to do this when there are no problems, because this is the easiest, cheapest way to do this process when the hard drive is working properly. So we'll just store this in our file box with our records, that kind of a thing, because we don't need that hard drive anymore as long as this flash drive keeps working. So we're going to transfer the flash drive into the little carrier, into this little frame that will then go into the PCM. It hooks back up the original same way that the hard drive did, so just lining it up, putting the 4 screws in. No new Loctites needed because that dried blue Loctite is still really stiff, so just screwing it in firmly is all it takes. And we're ready now to move back to the car. So back in the car, just putting it straight back together the same way we found it. Again, this plug can only go one way, so we're going to carefully and in a straight manner slide the ribbon connector back on, seat the hard drive into its little retaining tabs, and just close the little tray. 2 screws will go back in. And once our 2 screws are in, we're really just done. The PCM turns right on, it fires right up, everything works just as normal. There's nothing special that needs to happen. It's just as though the power was turned off. So it just boots right back up as normal, as though we didn't just undo everything. So putting it back together the original way, 2 screws on the left side, and this one includes that phone mount, so we'll need to make sure we line that up all properly. But 2 screws on the left side, 2 screws on the right side, and the right side vent's super easy to get in. The left side with that phone mount is a little trickier, but otherwise it's just a matter of pushing them in once we tighten down all 4 of these screws. So sliding in the right side passenger side vent here, and usually sliding it, getting the top down and then sliding the bottom in, but keeping it snug against the PCM really is the key to lining this up. So make sure as you put this in place, it's pressed firmly against the PCM and it will pop in properly. If you have it away from the PCM, it won't pop into its little spot. So here we are, both sides are in. And wrapping up the job is just putting the phone mount back together and we're done. So if you've got a 958 with the original hard drive or any PCM 3.1 Porsche that has the original hard drive, changing it out while it's working is the best time to do it. Thanks again for watching the 958 Garage. Stay tuned for more action.